A little bit of tip here. 9 out of 10 times it's going to be about a dick coming out of that mouth.
Yep.
I wish I could suck a big dick.
Yep.
I knew it.
And how did you know what I was going to say?
You know what I'm craving? My dick in your mouth. I knew it. And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Half and Half Podcast.
Hey.
Dude, we just had we always do that. We just had a great conversation and we're like, shit, we should have pressed record.
Yeah. It woke me up, though, because I was kind of tired. I mean, I'm always tired. I think that's an adult thing, right? Just
no.
You're not tired. If you're not tired, you're not really adulting.
Yes and no. I act a lot older than you do, right? Like to me, dude, I value sleep, right?
Yeah.
And if you have a good night's sleep, you won't be tired the next day.
But dude, I don't think I don't know what it is to have a good night's sleep anymore. I can sleep 12 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours. It doesn't matter. I still wake up feeling like shit.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what? I think it's just life in general. Because you know what? I was in Vegas. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, with the exception of the last day, and it was probably because I knew it was the last day, I woke up so energized every day with such little sleep.
Well, because you couldn't drink, right? I think that
Well,
helped.
that's part of it, but I
Yeah.
also think the excitement, like Vegas is just like my playground, you know what I mean?
Really?
So,
I went to Vegas once when I was like 9,
yeah,
10, some shit like that.
it's the worst age to go.
I couldn't do anything. My parents left me with my aunt. It
Yeah.
was boring. But I'm not a gambler, right? I think the being able to drink wherever you want, whenever you want, is the appealing part for me.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't get excited about Vegas.
I mean, you know, I love it. I
Right.
will say that doing that commercial kind of ruined things a little bit for me.
Oh, because you were treated to the good life and
Yeah.
now you're back at Motel 6.
So yeah. So well, no, actually, I stay in really, I stay in really nice hotels, and this whole trip was comped, even though I hadn't been there in 2 years.
Yeah.
They paid, for everything, and it was a hotel that I had never stayed at before. But yeah, I mean, I remember the first time I went as an adult, it was terrible, but that was because I didn't know what I was doing. So
Yeah.
you've got to learn how to. You just got to learn how to do Vegas right. And it's taken me.
How do you do it right? I'm beer in hand the minute I get off that plane.
Well, yeah, that's part of actually doing it right. But it's about like staying at the right places. I've had for years. That's how. So for anybody listening that doesn't know, which I'm sure if you know me, you know, I was in a MasterCard commercial in Vegas, where I was essentially given a Vegas trip that was like valued at like over $1 million. All the shit that they did for us. But anyways, I'm not gonna really get too much into that. But before that, I created a system. I experienced all these hotels, right? And you learn which hotels are better. There's the ghetto hotels, there's the nice hotels. Anyways, I've found that like MGM properties for me, which is a lot of the hotels there,
Yeah.
are the best. There's a lot of reasons. I don't need to get into that. Anyways, and then becoming they want you to gamble. They want you to spend the money there at their restaurants, at their, all their facilities. So, you get what's called a player's card and you start spending money.
Yeah.
And as you spend money, they give you free shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
if you have to spend money to get free shit, is it really free?
So here's the thing. I have strategies to where I've probably made more money, even though I'm spending money, than I've actually spent.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
This last time I lost way too much money.
Yeah.
But like I've created this system, and me and Daniela, we've stuck to this system and it's actually done us well. I mean, there's been times where I mean, I come back with thousands of dollars in my pocket. Plus, I got everything paid for free.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, I mean, if that's your goal, right? Make money, lose a little, me, it's like you talk about all these nice hotels, right?
yeah.
I'm very old school, call it very cholo, very ghetto, whatever you want to call it. As long as I got a fucking place to shit and sleep, don't bother me none. You know what I mean?
Well, when you're in Vegas, those hotels are off the strip. And then Vegas is a really weird place. And those are the hotels you do not want to stay in Vegas.
Why?
Because then you're going to be sharing it with like crackheads and murderers.
That's
and
rude. Crackheads
Seriously.
crackheads are people too.
So I don't want to be sharing a room with them.
I'm not gonna share a room with them. They'll be next door
Or
to
a
me.
hotel.
Yeah,
No,
man.
man, you got to do it right. And at the end of the day, if you do it right, even if you're not spending a lot of money, there's ways that you can get these hotels given to you for free.
Yeah.
And so like our hotel room was like amazing. Not the best I've stayed in, but it was pretty damn amazing, and it was all free. You know?
Yeah. One of these days I'll experience it, but I mean, you've already got the system down, so
Yeah, so you got to experience it with me.
well, yeah, duh.
Yeah, it was a good time. I lost more money than usual, but it's all right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's like we're going to Philadelphia next Friday,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know what there is to do in Philadelphia, right? We're gonna go see the Chili Peppers, so we're excited about that.
So you're gonna watch them like just growing from the ground, or
Basically, yeah. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I mean, aside from the whole Rocky ordeal, which is like fucking bucket list, probably that's the top. Most people want to do all these lavish things before they die. My top bucket list is tied with marrying you. Going in the Rocky statue and the Rocky steps, and it's gonna fucking happen finally, dude. For sure, I'm gonna cry. Like I already get choked up thinking about it.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that, because obviously that's, especially for you, that's like something that you'd want to do in Philly, right?
Yeah.
But Philly is a place that, although like Philadelphia seems amazing,
Why though?
that's the thing. It's to me, Philadelphia is about embracing like the culture, the food.
You mean the murder rate? Because it's high crime fucking
Yeah, dude,
city.
that's part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Like, to me, it's one of those places where, even though like it seems like a really cool place to be, when you really think about what to do there, you're kind of like, what do I do?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like the food, right? Of course, I want to try a authentic Philadelphia cheesesteak or Philly cheesesteak.
Like I told you on the phone, you're gonna find the world's greatest Philly cheesesteak, and it's gonna be like on the movie Elf, like the world's greatest cup of coffee.
It's a crappy cup of coffee. Yeah, man. So I mean, I don't know. Like you and I have traveled a lot. You've gone to more places, but we've LA, Phoenix, and everything is just, maybe I just don't do it right. It's just another city to me, buildings, restaurants, and you know what I mean? Like I went to Colorado for the first time, was it last year?
Yeah, and see, like when I went to Colorado, I fucking had a blast. I was like at downtown roof parties and like.
Well, you were a part of a work thing. We went just to go, so of course I wasn't invited to all these places.
Yeah, but you're going with your family. So when you go with your family, it's very different than if you were to have gone alone, like, or with me.
But all right, so let me ask you this: a rooftop party in Colorado,
Yeah,
is different from a rooftop party in El Paso. How?
because it's downtown on a huge freaking skyscraper.
We have downtown.
No, we don't.
Tall buildings.
No, but nobody has parties up there. It was open bar, unlimited drinks for free, unlimited food for free. You're just hanging, dude. That party was so crazy. Like people were dancing and stuff. It was so crazy. Like I was legitimately scared because the fucking floor was just like bouncing up and down, and you're on this tall ass building overlooking Colorado. Like that was a really cool experience. I mean, I had some really cool experiences while I was there, but again, it also, a lot of it had to do with the people who I was with. They were
Well,
like, yeah,
yeah.
let's go experience shit. Let's go party. Let's go here. Let's go do that. I mean, I remember it was like 3 a.m, just fucking falling over ourselves because we were so wasted, right? So, not to say that getting wasted is the only thing that to do in other places, but when you're willing to go and experience things like that, as opposed to like, okay, kids, it's 9 o'clock, let's go to bed. It's a big different thing.
I give you that, but again, going back to the old school ghetto in me, you put a beer in my hand, I'm gonna have fun anywhere.
Yeah, but then you're in bed at 9.
We did not go to bed early.
Did you go and explore?
Yeah. Well, look, we were on borrowed time, right? Like we only went for technically
Okay, so where did you explore though?
downtown. We went to go
Yeah.
eat. We went to the shop.
You
know,
did family stuff.
No, well,
Boring.
my kids are into music, so we tried to find all these weird music stores, and for me, me and my son, he's a big comic superhero nerd like I am. We
Yeah.
went to shit, I forgot the name of it. They have this big old one of the biggest comic book toy stores.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it's called. Well, we went there. I bought some toys, so yeah, that was fucking exciting for me.
I don't know. I mean, I went to like one of the coolest experiences I had over there is driving out to Estes Park, which is where I got to the Dumb and Dumber Hotel.
Yeah.
The Shining Hotel where they filmed Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
That was cool. But again, like those are the type of things like I'm a very I don't know, spur of the moment. I know Daniela, my wife, likes to say otherwise sometimes because I'm not as spontaneous as she is. She's to a whole new level. But I will never say no to like an opportunity. Like somebody could just walk up to me right now and be like, "Hey, you want to skydive?" And I'd be like, "No, but okay, let's do it."
Yeah. Is it free? I'm there.
I don't know. I've always been like that. So it's like whenever I'm in a city, I like to maximize my time, especially if it's a new city where it's like, okay, from 8 o'clock to freaking 3 a.m, I'm gonna experience everything I possibly can that this city has to offer. And like Vegas, there's nothing new for me to explore over there. To me, it's just doing what I love doing over there.
Yeah.
It's a big free for all. Like it's one of the few places I love shopping or letting Daniela shop. And the reason why, and not that I drank this time, but typically, I would follow her around with a beer in my hand, just drinking or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the mall drinking, and that makes the experience so much more pleasant.
Again, drinking makes anything fun. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. It's the only place that you can be anywhere with alcohol.
Yeah.
And that in itself is amazing. Not only that, dude, I also love like being around people, meeting new people, just like I don't shy away from that. Like, there's always something to do.
My wife's more, I'm not a shy person. She's a shy person. I'm like you. I can make friends anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I talk to people no matter where I go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when your wife is shy, it's kind of hard to like, hey man, what's up? You want to hang out, go have a beer? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like one of me and Daniela's favorite places to go, or not one of, I got to say our favorite place. And as a lot of people might be like, ugh, dude, Disneyland. It's our favorite place to go. And you know what? The funny thing is it's supposed to be like a place for kids. But now that I've been there so many times and I've experienced it, if I was a parent, that's the last. I mean, I am a parent, but if I was a parent to like a young kid, like little, that's the last place in the world I'm taking my fucking kids.
Dude, I'm glad you mentioned that. My kids have yet, they're not small anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They're one's a teenager, one's 20. But the first part of their life, financially, we couldn't do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were paycheck to paycheck. But then, even now that we are financially stable, we always think about it, and it's like, we want to go now. Even my kids are like, yeah, I'm glad we didn't go back then because you're just confined to that little kid part, or you know what I mean? And
Right.
they're like, they both agree that they're gonna experience it much better at this age than they would have back then.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
of course. Dude, whenever I go to Disneyland, parents seem miserable. There's kids throwing tantrums in the middle of the road or whatever. Kids are crying. Kids are half asleep and they're having to like haul all of their like diaper bags and just parents just seem miserable with their kids there. And as an adult, like I'm able to experience a place like Disneyland in a way that I don't think I would have ever appreciated as a kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's like we go like during Halloween. We love to go.
See, that's
like,
when I want to go.
oh, it's amazing. Like all those places, Universal, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't been able to go in the last couple of years because fucking Southwest Airlines ruined our last trip.
Oh yeah,
I had an
that was
annual
last
pass.
year, right?
Yeah, annual pass and everything that I had to let expire because fucking Southwest decided to cancel. I think it was when like all the pilots were striking or whatever. But still, like, made me so mad. Anyways, but yeah, again, it's just like so much fun. No matter how much you experience, you feel like a kid again.
Right.
And, but anyways, I mean, that's kind of going off on a tangent, but I don't know. I just really feel like going to a new city or even a city you've been to, it's always just, hey, you know what? Like experience everything that you can, maximize the time that you're there. 'Cause like nobody wants to sit in the hotel and
No,
like,
I know.
don't know.
But I mean, aside from drinking,
Yeah.
it's not like we show up to these cities and sit around. You know, we Google what's there to do, and
Yeah, but you go to restaurants and what else? Comic stores,
well, hey,
Target. Actually, it was
dude,
funny because
I would love to go to a Target in a different
Daniela
city.
was like so excited because there was a Target on the strip, and I was like, "Why? It's fucking Target!" Like,
No, you know what? It's true though, dude. For whatever fucking reason, our city gets everything last, right? I don't know if
Really?
you noticed that,
No.
dude. Okay, for example, as a toy collector, I'm sitting on YouTube watching other toy channels, and there's these Walmart exclusives that Todd McFarlane is putting out.
Mm-hmm.
And all these fucking YouTubers are like, oh, look what I found. I found the Dark Flash. This guy's like, oh, I found the Shazam out in the wild. That never fucking happens here.
Oh,
Ever.
at Target, really?
Or at Walmart.
Oh,
And Target too, yeah. Yeah, dude,
Interesting.
so I would be excited about a store that we have here in a different city.
Yeah.
Because I'm just dying to see what they have that we don't.
Right. I don't know. I avoid anything that whenever I'm out of town, anything that unless it's like Mexican food,
Ugh.
which
You know what? I would shy away from Mexican food in Philadelphia.
oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Colorado, no. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot of Mexicans out there.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think matter of fact, even like in Vegas, there's this restaurant that I avoided for years because it was a Mexican restaurant, but it's like a high-end Mexican restaurant. It's like, why in the fuck am I gonna eat at a Mexican restaurant? I'm from El Paso. Like, there's no way. Decided to finally go. I don't even know why, dude. And I was kind of bummed because I wanted to go this time, but didn't. I think I just forgot about it. Anyways, dude, some of the best Mexican high-end food I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's such a good place. But yeah, I agree. I think Philadelphia. You have to go and experience like the cultural
Right.
food that exists there.
Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah. I mean, like I bet you there's a million things you could do in Philadelphia. It's just very difficult, especially being from El Paso, to wrap your head around what do I do in Philadelphia.
And trying to figure out what streets
I would
not to turn on.
I would do if It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia tour of some sort if there was something like that.
You know, that's the funny thing. They do have a Rocky tour.
Uh-huh.
And my wife was like, well, dude, why would you not want to do that? Because they take you to the restaurant. They take you to there's like this little street he's running down, this little market. They take you there, the steps, the statue, of course. I think they even take you to Mickey's gym.
Oh, wow.
But I told her, it's not going to be an in and out thing. I even told her, I said straight up, on Saturday morning, when we get there, feel fucking free to leave me. Because that's like my goal, right? Like I don't want to make it a quick, hey, look at me with the Rocky statue. And
You're
then,
going to show up. You're going to shed a tear and be like, all right, I'm done.
no, dude, straight up, I know I'm going to cry. I already feel it.
Yeah.
A little bit of backstory for the 8 of us. Rocky, it's not just a movie for me, right? Yes, to me, it's the world's greatest movie. It's my favorite movie of all time, whatnot. But there's history behind it, right? It was brought to us because of my dad, right? So it's not in most people's eyes, they're like, fucking Rocky? Out of every movie, Rocky's your favorite movie, right? But the history is my parents were divorced. We would see my dad every other weekend, and we'd always wanted to be with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But, every other weekend, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so my dad, for whatever reason, he loves Rocky, so he would always rent Rocky 3 every weekend we were there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like our movie. So Rocky to me is my dad. It makes me think about my dad. It was our tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Every time my stepmom, when she came into I call her my mom, but just so people don't get confused, my stepmom,
mm-hmm.
she when she came into the picture, the first night my dad introduced us to her, she sat down and watched Rocky 3 with us.
She sat down?
She sat down. Sat down with the muscles. You know what I mean? Like, it's just our family. It's our history.
Right.
So it became my favorite movie. So it's not just, it's not just a movie to me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, and I have always known your love for that movie, but I never knew that part of it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my dad when we were kids. I used to hate it, but growing up every Sunday, I know his intentions were different than, what it might seem. His intentions were to just kind of make us stay put. But he used to make every Sunday, they used to, I don't know if you remember, Sunday mornings, they used to show boxing.
Oh, yeah.
So he used to say, okay, you're going to watch, before you can go outside and play, you're going to watch at least like 3 matches, which if anybody that knows me knows my absolute love and passion for boxing. Mm-hmm. He used to make us watch an Elvis Presley documentary. Yeah, like the same documentary over and over. And he used to make us watch Grease. Yeah.
Grease?
Yeah.
Talk about a hodgepodge of fucking weird.
I know.
Boxing,
Elvis and Grease. Yeah. And so Grease to this day is the only musical that I can tolerate.
Yeah.
I feel like when I look at those 3 things and I think about how my life unfolded, like growing up, I think I was always kind of like the rebellious kid.
Yeah.
Kind of like in Grease.
Dude, I was going to say, yeah.
Elvis, like my love for music and playing guitar.
Yeah.
And boxing, I'm just, from loving it, writing about it to actually doing it, like those 3 things are major things in my, like a part of who I am.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? He like subconsciously.
He wanted to make you tough greasers.
Yeah, or something. I mean, that's probably why when I saw your brother, I was right away like, hey, that's a cool dude.
Yeah, I like that guy. And you left me for him for a little while, you son of a bitch.
I did. But anyways, that's, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it too, like, I know you're not, I teach history, mm-hmm. and history's like my love. It's, that's why I say no matter what I'm doing in life, I'll always keep teaching that college course. Like, I love history that much. But, as you were talking, you said history, and I thought about it. Man, that's what I would be doing. There's a lot of history. Even though I'm not a fan of American history, there's still a lot of really cool shit historically that...
You're right. Yeah, that's a very huge historical place, right?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
I think I would be doing a lot of stuff related to that.
Yeah. That is, I forgot about that. The Liberty Bell's there? Am I right or am I wrong?
I believe so, yeah. I believe so. Like I said, American history is not one of my...
Yeah.
I still, I have to teach components of it. That's what's so funny is that people, when they hear that I'm a history instructor, they automatically assume you know all history.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. Like last semester, well, May or April, whatever month it was, Adeline was like, God damn it, I fucking hate this class and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what class? And she's like, history. I don't understand. And I said, call your uncle. She was like, oh, I forgot about that. Did she ever call you?
I think she messaged me.
Oh, okay.
And I helped her with the answer. I gave her the answer.
And I told her, I said, dude, you have the history, what do you call it? Lifeline at your little fingers. Call your uncle. Yeah. He'll get you out of anything.
It's funny because I was talking to a lawyer on the phone yesterday or the day before. And he was like, what do you do? And I started telling him what I do. And I was like, oh, and I teach college history also. And he was like, dude, it just turned into like 30-minute conversation asking me questions about history.
Yeah.
Like people just, even there's a man that lives on my street that I avoid. Shout out to Doug.
What's up, Doug? Dougie Fresh.
He's from the UK. He's an older man.
Does Doug listen to our podcast?
I don't know.
Oh,
But
Doug.
maybe.
I definitely want to meet this dude now.
Dude,
as soon
I
as
hope
you
he
said,
does it because I'm going to say I avoid him.
As soon as you said that, if you love me, what's the first thing that came to my mind?
I don't know what. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
No,
What?
dude. The Doug theme song.
Oh,
The
the
Nickelodeon
commercial.
show.
I mean, the commercial, the cartoon.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, I avoid this guy because one time I was pulling weeds in the front yard and he started talking to me and he was, yeah, of course, what do you do? You know, and once people find out I teach history and then ask me, well, they always ask me, what do you specialize in? And I specialize in military history, right?
Oh, okay.
And so
I didn't even know that.
yeah.
I honestly, not necessarily American history, but military history?
Yeah.
I had no fucking idea.
Every course I teach is military related.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a matter of fact, for the college I teach at, I'm one of only a handful of military instructors there, military history instructors.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But that's a cat hair or dog hair floating.
Probably both.
But anyway, so I started talking, and this guy, like, he's one of those people that doesn't even give you an opportunity to talk.
Been there.
So man, I see that guy coming down the street with his two dogs, and I'm like, get inside, get inside.
Run! What's that, honey? Be right there.
Oh man, I mean, I love it. But anyways, going back to the original reason that came up, yeah, man, there's a lot of history there in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I think I would.
You know what steps I'm talking about, right? The Rocky steps, and he runs up, and
Of course,
so that building turns out
they're rocky, like they're pebbles all over.
very rocky. Like it's gonna be hard to get up. It turns out that, and I found this out in Rocky 5, that that building is a museum.
Oh
So
wow.
I want to go in that museum.
Oh yeah, of
I wanna
course,
go
and I'm
check it
sure
out.
there's all kinds of cool shit in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that in itself is historical because of the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
So what would you do if you're there at the statue? Crying?
yeah, I'm gonna fucking cry, and I'm gonna ask him to autograph some part of my body, and I'm gonna run to the nearest tattoo shop and get it tattooed straight up. But I'm gonna ask him for two things. I'm gonna ask him to sign Sylvester Stallone, and then Rocky Balboa, and I'm gonna go tattoo.
It's so funny how I didn't even finish my question.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you knew exactly what I was asking. You know what I would do if I was there with you?
What?
I'd be like, listen, Sylvester,
Sly. He likes to be called
Sly.
Sly.
I will suck your dick
Oh, I definitely would.
if you were to say, Adrian.
Dude, you know what's so funny about that? The other day, we had some contractors in from Wyoming or Kentucky. I don't know where the fuck they were from.
Yeah.
They walked into the control room and, we're saying hi to everybody, introducing. He finally gets to me and I was like, how you doing, sir? Adrian Adriano, pleasure to meet you. And he goes, yo, Adrian. I was like, dude, if I had a penny, not even $1,
Yeah.
penny for every time somebody fucking told me that, I would, honest to God, be a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
And then I tell people, you're lucky that's my favorite fucking movie.
Yeah,
Because that doesn't
exactly.
annoy me at all.
Oh man. Well, that's, you need to take some video though.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I know you're not like that. You're not a like capture the memories type of guy.
Dina is, which is good. So
Yeah.
she'll have it.
Type of guy.
Type of girl. But here's the thing, though. Look, we've spoken about this before. If not anything, I'm fucking street smart,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I have to refrain. I'm not gonna look like a tourist, right? So I'm not gonna wear my Rocky T-shirt like I wanted to, because that's a dead fucking giveaway.
Exactly.
Rob me because I'm not
Dude.
from here.
Wear old school short shorts with a fanny pack and your Rocky t-shirt tucked in.
Dude, my socks pulled up to my knees.
Exactly.
Oh, damn it. That is a good one.
With a headband.
You have the headband. I need to borrow it
I
from
know,
you.
right? And wear some boxing gloves while you're at it.
Oh, dude. I wish I can walk.
Just stand up there and shadow box. Just like that.
Dude, I think I am going to stand up at the top of the steps and do his as I've made it.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true, yeah.
I don't know what I'm just going to let the moment possess my body, and
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Because, not going to lie, I know the full choreograph of that scene.
You're gonna go up there. There's gonna be some homeless dude leaning against the statue, smoking a cigarette,
And I'm
gonna
gonna
smell
tell him
like
to get the
piss.
fuck out. I'm gonna tell him, excuse me, sir, if you do not want to get severely hurt, you need to move.
It's because I think as humans we have a tendency, at least I do, where I hype things up, and then when I actually experience it, it's like, oh man, I always fall short. So I've learned to like lower my expectation and to hope, assume the worst.
Well, absolutely. That's nature. I do the same thing, but there's not a physical person, being, event that will lose its hype or disappoint me because it's a metal statue. Like, how do you get disappointed with that?
Yeah.
There's nothing to let me down.
What if there's a penis drawn on it?
It's gonna make me mad.
See,
I'm probably gonna start cleaning it.
How
dare you?
You're sitting there rubbing it. They're gonna arrest you.
Rubbing Rocky's
We've
crotch.
got a man that's trying to jerk off the statue.
He's fondling Rocky.
Yeah. Why'd you end up in jail, Adrian?
You know, the thing that sucks is that they moved the statue. It's not at the top of the steps. It's down towards the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, that was years ago.
Really?
Years ago.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
What if the statue was like made out of cardboard or something?
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
And they're just moving it around random places.
Don't say that, dude. There's so many things.
Styrofoam.
There's so many Rocky things I want to do, but dude, the flight time alone, we're fucking limited.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, we caught the earliest flight out because Dina has work the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my 7, so I bailed out on that one.
So, okay. So that makes. I was gonna say, well, why didn't you extend your trip? But it's because you're going to see the Chili Peppers, and it happens to be on a weekend that's not like extended or anything.
Right. Yeah.
That does kind of stink.
It does. So it's kind of like, that's why I told him my sole purpose is to get to the Rocky statue. So if there's weird shit you guys want to experience, just fucking leave me here. Just leave me here. And I will just sit on that step, smelling it, hoping Sly dropped a bead of sweat that I could still catch.
The dude probably hasn't been there in like 2 decades.
He probably hasn't. But I think about that all the time though.
So thinking about your going on a flight, you mentioned your flight. I don't want to forget this.
Yeah.
I actually wrote notes while I was on my flight to Vegas.
For the podcast?
Yeah.
Or just random thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Well, a little bit of both.
Okay.
And I titled it Flight Thoughts. And I didn't actually write down any of my thoughts, but I just put it here to remind me. So one of the things that I was thinking, when I listen to music, especially with headphones, like I really, really get into what I'm listening to. And I'm sure people get into it, just as much, But I started thinking about like just my genuine like love for music.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking how I feel like that's a big component as to why you and I are so close. Because I feel like even though we have disagreements in terms of the music we like, I think we come together and we relate to the feeling that the experience of music gives to us.
Yeah.
And I know these are deep thoughts by Jack Handy, but I started thinking, and on that flight, as I was listening to, I don't remember what song I was listening to, and I was just like, I actually messaged you too, because before the flight took off, I messaged you as that DJ Shadow song.
Oh yeah.
I was like, such an amazing song. But I was like, this is why Adrian is my other half.
Why?
Well, because we have that common ground. We've always.
You mean the way music makes us feel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we're able to kind of like, we've experienced it together, not only like listening to music, but making music.
Oh, absolutely.
And then just having that common ground. But anyways,
But
I just thought I would throw that out there.
And yeah, you're right. That is why we are each other's halves, right? It's people don't understand, and I can't even put it into words, what music is, means, and feels to me, right? Like I don't just listen to music, right? I don't just like music.
Right.
It affects me in many, many different ways.
Yeah. Like, everybody knows me. I'm not an emotional person at all.
At all.
But what's weird is that if I hear a beautiful song, it can actually make me emotional.
Right.
And I don't understand why. I'm like, you know, somebody could, I don't know, do something to hurt my feelings or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever, somebody can, I don't know. There's things that happen in life that you should typically cry for, and I don't. But I hear a beautiful song or a song that I'm just like, oh my God, I get that feeling. I get the chills, bro.
Yeah.
And, I get it. Not that I cry. Sometimes I might shed a little tear. I don't know. But it's just weird.
Yeah.
So anyways, on that note, dude, a band that we haven't mentioned that I just wanted to mention really quick that I've been in love with. We've liked them for a long fucking time, and then they came out with this new album, and I just cannot get enough of it, dude. And I've heard it like 100 times at this point.
Who?
Turnstile, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yes.
I cannot. I even had a dream about Turnstile last night. I had a dream that I was on tour with them for whatever reason, which is really fucking weird.
Like you were in the band?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't. I don't know why. Like I'm just obsessed with that album. So if anybody hasn't heard their latest album. Was it Glow On?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Glow something or
Glow, yeah. Man, you have to listen to that. And then I just wanted to really quick thank Justin. And these are all part of my flight thoughts. Mm-hmm. That band VAR.
You want to thank Justin?
He's the one that sent me the link.
Really?
Yes, he sent both of us the link, and you were like, "Yeah, man, I know who they are."
Yeah. Time the fuck out. If you're feeling froggy and you want to go, you want to scroll through your text messages, I sent you them like 2 years ago.
Well,
because my words were, they have a very sweet far vibe.
Well, not only that, I started realizing that the singer sounds a lot like the singer of Sigur Rós.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
A lot like him.
Yeah. Thank Justin.
Anyway,
man,
so thank you,
Justin.
Justin.
Got me on the pay no mind list, boy. I tell you what.
And one last thing, something else that we've always talked about. We always say, when I die, you better play this song or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Dude, just reinforced that when I die, Sigur Rós and M83 better be on that bitch.
Oh yeah. On your death mixtape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Have to be.
Like at your dad's, I loved how it was all his music.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think to hear that kind of music at a viewing. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I just realized that 2 of the bands that I played on that list were bands that I challenged you with.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
My dad was obsessed with those groups.
But yeah, my dying or death wish, I want 6 screens. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, 4, 5, and 6 playing at my viewing. Yeah, man.
Well, good thing I'm gonna die before you.
Dude, every time I come up with some stupid like death wish, my wife gets mad. Mm-hmm. How do you want me to do that, Bo? Right? And I always tell her I was just speaking out loud.
Yeah,
Paul's gonna do it for me.
Dude, if God forbid you were to start dying somehow before me, I'm gonna be like, you better not, you motherfucker. Like, Adrian, stop playing.
Right, quit playing.
And then, one last thing before we get into other stuff, because I know you have your notes.
Actually, I don't have that many.
Really?
I got a grievance to air.
Drink, Justin. I just said really.
Yeah, really.
So this is for you.
What is this?
Here, look. I'm gonna play something.
Okay. Before I open it, you're gonna play it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's not. Hold on. All right. I don't know if any of our listeners are able to hear that.
This is why Danny and I are now best friends.
And then look.
Well, Danny, you're welcome. I love the puppies. You're my best friend in the whole entire world.
Well, now you know they're socks.
Let's see here. Oh my God.
She probably left the tag on them. No, she didn't.
Dude, these are fucking beautiful. You know what I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to send you guys 2 pictures. I'm going to send you guys a picture of me wearing them. You're going to get a picture of me wearing nothing but them.
Awesome.
Dude, these are awesome. So for the 8 of you, these are Michael Myers socks. Man, these are fucking sweet. I love them. Thank you guys very, 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 very much. Danny, thank you. I love you. Oh, wow. I do love these.
Let's see them. Michael Myers socks. Yeah. So, okay, here's the thing. I was against her getting those socks for you.
Why? Oh, Danny's the best.
Not those socks. It was just like, she was like, so, okay, for our listeners, Adrian helped watch some of our dogs. Well, he would show up to the house and
on 2 hours of sleep. You're welcome.
Yeah. We have way too many fucking dogs, so we anyways, we needed all the help we could get. And so she was like, we need to get Adrian something to thank him for the help. And she goes to a sock store, and I was like, what the like, why are we going to a sock store? And she was like, and of course, Eric and Jason were like, oh, I like socks. I'm like, I like socks too, but I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, out of all the stores we could go to, a sock store.
Well, let me give you, I'm going to surprise you a little bit. This gift is weird, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, my parents went to Vegas and they took my little brother, Pops, and they wanted to bring me something back. And Pops was like, let's get him these Rocky socks. So they brought me these Rocky socks, and I fucking loved them, right? Like they got, one of them has Rocky, the other one has Apollo.
Yeah.
And I considered them like my special occasion socks. Like I'd wear them on special fights that I wanted to watch or whatever, right? So then about a year later, Dina I find another pair with Rocky and Clubber Lang on them. Anyway, so now every time I wear my special socks, I'm like, man, I'm really into like graphic socks. Like I didn't know I would love socks like this so much. Dude, that I always look up socks now. So
Really?
you getting me these is fucking crazy.
Well, it wasn't me.
Well, you got Danny. Thank you, Danny. But you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's weird because
that's cool.
I'm slowly more starting to. Well, I mean, I want every pair of Rocky socks, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm getting.
Well, on that note, we were into one of those collectible stores, and they actually had a pair of the Rocky shorts signed by Sylvester Stallone, and I pointed to that and I said, "See, that's what we should be getting, Adrian."
Yeah, thousands of dollars.
It's so funny that you say that because I was like, and they were like, "Okay, Paul," and it was like $3,000, but it was also half off, so really $1,500. Like, not that bad.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's bad. That's a lot of money.
Come on, I mean, dude, but how much would you cherish that thing?
I would sleep with it.
I'd make you wear them.
Stop it. They would be on my death wish that I will be buried in these. Dude, I have Rocky. I got Rocky. Well, they're like trunks, right? But they're like his shorts.
Yeah.
My dad bought me a pair of the American flag ones that he wears in Rocky 4. I got a Rocky robe. I got T-shirts, socks.
Yeah, the toys.
Oh, the toys. Oh, dude, Dina got me a pair of authentic replicated the gold boxing gloves that he wears in Rocky 3. Fun fact, there was only 2 pairs ever made. Tough Wear Boxing made that specific color only for that movie. They never saw the light of day outside of that. And out of nowhere, through Sylvester Stallone, he's got an online shop called the Sly Shop. And he's now selling replicated stuff from the movies. And they made a replicated pair of those gold gloves. Dina bought me a pair.
That's cool.
Those are my favorite gloves in the whole entire world. Out of any Rocky movie, those were my favorite pair of gloves.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll enjoy these Michael
I
Myers
do,
socks.
and I will. I'm telling you. 2 pictures coming your way.
Can't wait. Actually, make it 3. Put the sock over your dick.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
How about I wear one and the other one will be on my pecker?
Go. Exactly.
So there's something I wanted to bring up, but again, thank you guys very much. You didn't have to do that. I've watched your dogs before for free, but thank you.
Then
I love them. So one thing I wanted to bring up. Let me ask you a question. Just real quick. Okay. So and I'm just going to read what I wrote here.
Okay.
So you and your wife have a podcast, right? Together for the Dogs.
Yep.
Go check it out. It's on Spotify.
Yep.
Right? All platforms?
No, just Spotify.
On Spotify.
And I think Apple.
Okay. Go check it out if you guys are into marriage woes. So I was looking at it while I'm listening to it, and I love how it says, by Paul and Danny. Okay? It says, Together for the Dogs by Paul and Danny. And I look at ours, and it says, by Paul Ward. I'm like, I'm sorry. Is there not 2 of us here?
You know what's so funny about that? And Eric says, on Eric's podcast, Whip Shaded and Faded, it says Eric and Miker. I don't even know for the life of me how I was able to change that. And I've actually tried to find it.
I'm sure there's an edit button somewhere, my friend.
There has to be. Ever since I switched it to, the thing is that theirs are on Anchor. So I was able to do it there. But Podbean is different. That's who we use. I can't find it on Podbean.
We're not on Anchor at all anymore?
No. Oh. So that's the difference.
Well, I'll figure it out for you.
Okay. I do need to change that. Sorry.
Yeah. Just saying, man.
It's not intentional, Adrian. I promise.
No,
it's not. As a matter of fact, when I saw that, I was like annoyed because I was like, for whatever reason, I hate having my last name out there sometimes. And I was like, why does it have my name? Like, I don't want it to have my name, especially even like on, like, I don't know. I don't like it. To me, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it one bit.
Well, let's see how much you don't like it and
I'll
figure it out.
I'll find it.
Okay.
I'll change
just
it.
a little something I wanted to air out. Another thing. So I was on YouTube. Duh, I live on YouTube, man. My wife, we had some like bill discrepancy. So she was going through all of our stuff to try to figure out where these extra charges are coming from. And she was like, dude, what the fuck do you do? And I'm like, dude, my memory, gigabytes, whatever it is, data is through the fucking roof.
Oh, wow.
It's because of YouTube. Dude.
But don't you connect to Wi-Fi?
Not at work. I spend 48 hours at work in 4 days. So for 12 hours a day, when you don't have shit to do, I'm on YouTube all day long.
Right.
All day long. Anywho. So for years, I've watched this channel. They always have live bands, but they always have the best live. Honestly, this channel is where I find a lot of my underground shit that I just stumbled upon. Right. You know me, I'm a name guy. If the band name looks cool, I'm gonna check it out. So 65 to 70% of the bands that I find are through this channel. So I just want to put it out there for people who don't know of this channel or have never heard of it and they want to see great live bands. It's a channel called Audiotree. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, it's such an amazing channel. They're actually who I found today's Shat. I found them the other day.
So are we doing the Shat?
No. We don't have to do it yet, but I'm just saying, like, it got me thinking when I found this band. I was like, man, I found them on Audiotree again. Like, I gotta plug them. Not that they need plugging to the 8 people we know. It's not gonna boost their ratings, but for those of you looking for great bands and you like watching bands live, it's not live in front of an audience. It's live in the studio. Audiotree is such an amazing YouTube channel. Plus, we can put it in the title and maybe people will check it out.
Yeah, Audiotree is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We could easily do something like that. I've actually thought about it, but I know a lot of people that do stuff like that and then they give up because it's a lot of work.
To have live bands like here in your place?
Like Chang.
That's a good idea.
At 306 Sessions, you know, he did that for a long time for PBS. He would actually sell the whole series.
See, that was on a network. You can do yours on.
He also did it on YouTube as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of setup, and you need a whole crew. And another friend of mine, Jaime, if you're listening, Jaime, what's up, Jaime?
Hello, Jaime.
He did one called West Side music. I don't know. I gotta look for it. Something West Side.
Mm-hmm.
It was really well done too. But it's just it comes down to it's just a lot of work. Not only from like the setup to the actual doing it to the post production, all that stuff. It's just a lot of work. But I've always thought about doing that. I think it'd be kind of cool.
I mean, even if you don't do it to that degree, right? I mean, every once in a while,
Yeah.
you know, a band here,
true.
a band there, maybe once a month at most.
That's what I like about like the tiny desk sessions.
Oh God, yes, dude.
Because that's more minimal. Because you know, like you're not bringing in all these instruments, and it's not a full band.
There was some. There's another. I don't think they do it anymore. Your favorite band, the one that you tried to help and they screwed you over. We don't like to mention. I will say though, people do not ever try to throw cans out a window because it is probably going to get you in trouble. That's bad for. Don't do it.
Cans is not spelled with a Z.
Yeah. So, just a little bit of life advice: do not try to throw a can out a window. I saw them on something similar to that because there was more bands on that channel.
Yeah, they got that done. Another local studio did that for them.
Yeah, and I just I think it's a great idea, especially locally. Like I said, even if you were to just do it once a month.
Yeah, that would be cool. It would be. I would like to do that just for the experience. You know me. I love film, video.
Yeah.
I love doing all that stuff. So
yeah.
I would just have to establish it. Maybe it'd be something cool to do with bands that come and record here. Just kind of
maybe Shot in the Dark. Maybe your band. I don't know. You could start there.
That's a good point. But that also makes it difficult for me though, because then I'm also
playing and
I'm doing the video, and that's just a pain in the ass.
That's true.
Everybody has these really cool in and out shots, and me, it's just like this static shot because it's on a tripod.
That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to get into the chat, or do you want to get into our challenge?
Let's get into the challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into the challenge
All
first.
All right. Do you want to go first?
I do.
All right.
I want to go first. Mine wasn't a lot.
I figured. Because, all right, recap. I challenged Paul to listen to Sade, which he's been a Sade fan. I know you like Sade. I just didn't know how deep. I wanted you to get that deep dive, especially musically. A lot of people tend to forget that Sade is a part of a band,
right? And
that band is the reason she's amazing, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
So go.
So I started from the beginning, started from the bottom. Now we're here. Now, I liked it. To me, it was really good background music. It was difficult for me to really get into some of it. Not because it wasn't good. I knew it was good. It's just sometimes I struggle, with the exception of the bands that I've challenged you with, like Led Zeppelin and stuff. Sometimes I struggle to listen to older music. And one of the barriers for me is like the production. It's not that it was bad. It's just, you can tell it's older music. Yeah. But anyways, but
not as old as Zeppelin.
Right.
Floyd, I mean.
But also bear in mind that like there's a difference between somebody like Sade, who's not trying to like break any barriers in terms of production. It's just very straightforward.
Right.
Whereas like bands like Led Zeppelin, where they were doing different things, and that's how they were able to achieve that sound.
Yeah.
I did notice right out the gate, I was like, now I know where Adrian gets his love for no fucking mids in the bass.
Thank you.
Dude, like, no mids at all.
Yeah,
it was
beautiful.
But it was really good bass tones.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love her voice. I love the music. It's very moody. It's exactly what, in theory, a lot of what we love. Like, for example, you know who I've gotten really big into ever since you introduced him on the Shat is Ethel Cain.
Oh,
like,
I love her.
I'm obsessed now.
Right.
But I gotta say, like, I mean, I liked it. When I got to the later stuff, there was like a certain sweet spot, and I should have written it down. There was a certain sweet spot in the middle there.
Yeah.
Like that. It was just. Everything was just right on point. Like and I think that's probably when Sade was actually at her most famous.
Probably, yeah.
Just because like all of those songs were just so good. Like And I didn't take much notes because I was driving when I was listening to the music. But I gotta say, like, Sade is amazing. Like, I mean, everything from her vocals to the bass lines, which you're right, the bass lines are like a big part of it.
Yeah.
I was also thinking, like, imagine her voice on like a really cool like DJ Shadow track.
Oh, dude. There's this DJ. I forgot his name. My favorite female artist, Sade.
Mm-hmm.
My all-time favorite MC, MF Doom.
Mm-hmm.
This guy made a mixtape of Sade and MF Doom.
Oh wow,
Dude,
that sounds like already it sounds
fucking
amazing.
ridiculous, dude.
Wow,
Ridiculous. I'll send it to you.
yeah.
The only place you can find it is on YouTube or SoundCloud. Dude, her voice over that kind of music, stupid.
And that's what Sade is in a nutshell. Sade is, it's her voice.
Yes,
There's nobody that sounds like her.
exactly. And she doesn't do all the showy shit. It's not about the vibrato and how high. It's
exactly.
just, she is who she is.
She's
It's low. It's
right.
husky. It's beautiful.
She's not going like Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And it's just about, really at the end of the day, what it came down to, as I could tell, is it was just about writing a really good song.
Right.
And like getting that emotion through. I still love the Smooth Operator song.
Oh yeah.
As a kid, I didn't like it very much, but as an adult, I don't know. I like it. Just something about those subtle harmonies too.
Yes.
And then of course that other one that I mentioned last episode that I like.
All by your side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And that was a later song that came out.
2000.
Yeah.
2001, right around there.
Such a good song. I don't know. I liked it. I mean, there's nothing, I can't say anything bad about it. Could I listen to it all the time? Probably not. Just because it's one of those, she's one of those artists that I've got to be in the mood. Same thing like when I told you with Billy Joel, like I've got to be in the mood to listen to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I'm biased, right? Because she's my all-time, so I can all day, every day,
Yeah.
while working out, while doing anything.
No, yeah, it was a very pleasant challenge. It was very good to listen to. It just wasn't, a lot of the time when we share bands or challenges, usually they're kind of extreme.
Yeah.
In a sense. So, or they're usually like game changers.
Right.
And although she's probably is a game changer in certain respects to certain artists, it's still very straight down the line.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No.
So it's great. No, it's great. And I think for you being a bass player, it's a great influence.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
it really makes if you are a bass player and you are not listening to Sade, at least for the bass lines, like you should be.
I don't know if you noticed, it's his little nuances, the way he throws in things
So
here and there.
has it been the same guy all along?
Yeah, Paul Denman.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
And I don't know if you noticed, if you've caught on, a lot of his bass lines or a lot of the songs, it's the same bass line over and over.
Yeah, it's like that.
with a note here or
It's
there.
like that walking. Yeah.
But like you listen to No Ordinary Love. It's the exact same bass line, the entire song, minus one or two notes on the chorus. Right? Same thing with there's a song called Kiss of Life.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Same bass line in the end. But you can't even tell because of his little nuances make he's just a phenomenal bass player.
Yeah, he is really good.
Yeah.
Forgot about didn't Deftones cover No Ordinary?
Everybody and their mother has covered that
Yeah.
song. But yes, they did it, and Jonah from Far featured on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it was good. I mean, I will go and listen to some of the stuff again. Especially, like I said, there was this one album there in the middle, and I should have written it down. That I was like, that was like the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Which is great because normally, it's the first couple of albums that we've talked about this, right?
Yeah.
But just again, there was a middle album there that I loved. I just didn't write it down.
Okay. I knew you liked her. I just wanted you to take a deeper dive as to why.
Yeah.
I love them. I keep saying her, right? She's
Right,
a
but
part
it's
of
the
it,
whole band,
The
yeah.
whole band. You know what I mean?
So is that really her name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think it's like her middle name. Her full name is Helen Sade Adieu.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. I figured. I didn't think you were gonna come out of it like madly in love because you're right. It's. I'm not gonna say an acquired taste. It's an acquired mood,
Mhm.
right? You have to be like
Yeah.
in that mood.
Right.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Right.
it's
Like
very
you
soft.
just went through a breakup and you're driving down the mountain.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna cry.
All right, cool. I'm glad. All right, so mine was I was challenged to listen to Post Malone.
Posty
Post. I don't have as many notes as I wanted, but there's a reason for that. Okay, so this time I didn't go album for album because I didn't know much about him, and to be honest, there's not a whole lot of material.
Yeah,
So
there's not.
I just kind of said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play it."
Just random.
Yeah, and in doing that, I'm kicking myself in the ass because of. Okay, he's an anomaly to me, man, because he was a rocker turned trap rapper R&B guy.
Right.
It threw me off because there's a song would be on and I'm like, see, this is what I don't like about it. It's he's doing that mumbly Humpty Dumpty cadence, right? And it's just like I don't like it. And then out of nowhere, the next fucking song is this beautiful acoustic song with this beautiful voice coming out of it.
Right.
And I straight up was like, no, this isn't the same guy. I had to stop working out, look at my phone and be like, oh, fuck, this is him.
Right.
Like, it just threw me off. So I was kind of mad that I didn't do it in order.
To see the progression.
Right. So I'm just going to start with a few notes I have. I guess there's a song called Stay. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a sucker for 1, love songs, 2, acoustic songs. Love them. So I just wrote here, good acoustic song. I like the bass line. Well, that's all I wrote on that one. Okay, yeah.
That's a good song.
So that's what I like about it. The bass line was nice. The acoustic was nice. His voice was great. So the next song, which totally threw me off. The song starts playing. I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is a decent song. He starts singing, and I start singing along. I'm like, wait a minute. How the fuck do I know this song?
Yeah.
And it dawns on me. He covered Hootie and the Blowfish, Only Want to Be With You.
Oh, yeah. He's done a lot of
And he
covers.
did it fucking really well.
Yeah.
So I wrote here, wow, really good. I like how he changed the line from, because in the song he says, and the dolphins make me cry. He changed it to, and the Cowboys make me cry, because he's a big Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh, right.
I thought that was kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
A little play on the words
Different.
there. Yeah. So that was a cool song. I mean, duh, it was somebody else's song, but I love bands who do covers justice, right? Like, I'll be honest with you.
He does a lot of them.
That Sade, No Ordinary Love by the Deftones, it's only because it's the Deftones that I liked it.
Right.
It's really not a great cover. You know what I mean? But this one was. He has another song called Psycho. All I wrote was good song, right? And then there was another song called Hateful. Good song. I love the rasp on the chorus. There's another song called Better Now. Really good song. Another song called Feeling Whitney. Good acoustic song. It has like an indie vibe on the chorus that I'm not particularly fond of. But it fits this song. He's got like this lazy, gritty vocal style. You know me. I love that style.
Right.
And then at the very end of that song, out of nowhere, again, I'm a sucker for pretty things. There's just a few measures of a violin or a cello, whatever it was. It's at the very end, real quick, done, leaving you wanting more.
Yeah.
Love that. There's another song called Take What You Want. Never in a fucking... I'm just going to... Word for word here. Take What You Want is the name of the song. Never in a million years would I expect Ozzy Osbourne to be on a song like this. Ever.
You heard what happened with that, right?
No.
So that song came out, and it went viral right away. These fucking kids, man. Fucking young dipshits are tweeting like, whoever that Aussie guy is, good for him. Post just made you famous.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What a shot you got by being able to be on Post song, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, people were like, no, you fucking idiots. Like, Ozzy, this is fucking Ozzy Osbourne. You know what I mean?
The biggest rocker in the world.
Yeah.
The Lord of Darkness. Far more famous than Post Malone. Post Malone's days are numbered. Let's just say what it is.
Yeah.
Ozzy's an icon still to this day from the 60s.
Yeah.
How stupid.
Yeah. But anyways, that bothered me. But yeah, I mean, it's a good song.
It's a great song, dude. I mean, again, Am I being biased? Because, I like Ozzy Osbourne. Did he make that song? I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think Travis Scott is also on that song. So I don't know if you were to pull Ozzy's part, would that still be a great song?
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. I just loved it because of that.
Yeah.
So those are the more notable songs for me. So I just wrote here, the takeaway sounds the same for the most part. The beats, the trap beats, his Humpty Dumpty cadence is always almost the same on almost every song. There's a few breakaway songs that I mentioned, right? He has a great voice when he really uses it and lets go, right? When he lets go of that typical trap, Humpty Dumpty, soft mumbling thing that he does, and he really sings, he's got a fucking great voice. His higher registers, his grit, all that is it's great, man.
You know that little vibrato that he has?
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought it was an effect. Because you can do kind of a strong gate on a clip and give it that kind of effect. And then I realized that's not effect at all. It's actually what he does with his voice.
Yeah, he has a really, really good voice. Like on all the acoustic songs and some of more of the like rock indie songs, he has a great fucking voice.
I thought for sure you would like love his lyrics.
I didn't really pay attention, to be honest with you.
They're pretty dark.
Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to get a feel and get over some of the things, right? Like it was a bit of a challenge for me, right? Because 5 songs would go on and I'm like, fuck, man, it's the same song over and over.
Right.
And then that one fucking gem, I'm like, that's not the same fucking guy.
And that's what happened with me. To me, every time I heard him, it was the same shit. And then I heard, I don't remember what the song was. And I was like, what the? Like the music was suddenly so different. Yeah. It almost had like an 80s vibe to it.
Right.
And I was like, what is this? And I kept listening to that song over and over and over. And then from there, I ventured out. And then,
yeah. He, so I also wrote here, I love his use for live instruments, the guitar most notably, right? He's got a lot of guitar, the acoustic, or even some of his trap music, whatever the fuck you call it, has live guitar on it, electric guitar. So I love that he tries to incorporate live instruments. There was, I didn't write it down, but there was this one song that fact was a live drummer. It sounded fucking great. But it's just, he needs to let go, man. He needs to let that voice go.
Yeah.
He has a great fucking voice.
I think in that kind of music, it's easy to not go stale. Is not what I'm looking at. Is to kind of stay along that beaten path.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know if he notices it, but it's always when he goes off of that those are the greatest songs that he has.
Here's the thing about music today. Our generation, tell me we sound old, I don't give a shit. Our generation, the musicians we love, we're not afraid to stray the path.
Right.
Let's try something different next album. Let's break. These people these days, they're afraid to, and it's the same regurgitated fucking album over and over and over. Everything sounds the same. They're not afraid to. They're afraid to take chances.
I mean, I always think about bands like, for example, what are they called? For whatever reason, I always think of them. Mark is the singer. He was like a heartthrob back in the day. Mark McGrath.
Oh, Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
I always think about them. When you listen to Sugar Ray's music, their music was a little bit more rock, kind of different. And then they did that one fucking acoustic song. And I don't know if the record label came out or somebody told them like that, you made it, like that one song made you. And then after that, every fucking song sounded the same.
Yeah. Their first album was very, very punk almost. I don't know if you remember it.
Right. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I was having this conversation. I don't want to name any names with a musician who right now is getting music shopped, and we were talking about how record labels are still in the same fucking shit in terms of like they want to play it safe, and they want you as the artist to play it safe.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of politics there that we don't know that could be happening behind the scenes. Because, I mean, you remember back in the day when we were playing music, it was like as an artist, you would write 25 songs, and the record label at the end of the day is the one that says, these are the songs that are going to be on the album.
Right.
And it's probably still the same thing. Maybe because you're Post Malone and you're famous, you have more pull.
Yeah.
I don't know the situation, but I'm sure there is politics behind that as well. Just something to think about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. I think especially with rock, you know, the person you're speaking of, they're afraid to break the mold. Rock's not even big right now, right? And the stuff that is coming out, it sounds the same from fucking 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I gravitate more to, like Spirit Box, right? They were doing something different in 2017, right? Now people could say maybe it sounds the same, what have you. But I don't know, man. Like it sounds the fucking same. And that's why you and I had this conversation a year ago, I think, maybe 2 years ago, about how music fatigue hits me so hard, especially in rock, because everything sounds the fucking same.
Right.
Now, is that the artist's fault or the label's fault?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I'm kind of gravitating towards the small, which I know you don't know about because you don't go searching for it, the small resurgence of new metal, like real new metal in terms of hardcore fucking rapping over heavy music. There's this underground thing going on, and it's popping up more and more and more and more. And I mean, I've always loved it, but it's making me love it more now because now it's a breath of fresh air from what's out right now.
Well, if our old singer wasn't a pedophile, I'd totally be like, let's do it again, man.
He wouldn't want to.
He's a fucking idiot. I wouldn't want to. But anyways,
I would.
Fuck that guy. Punch him in the face. Yeah, so anyways, going back to the Post Malone stuff. Yeah, I can see how some of it is repetitive, but when it's good, it's really good.
That's what I'm saying. That's why these songs, I'm like, okay, I have to take a note on this.
Right.
The songs I wrote down are the ones that jumped out at me.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot a song. Circles.
Oh, see. Yeah,
that's a great song. And then I also wrote surprised on how many alternative songs he has.
And another thing, statement about Post Malone that I think what ends up happening to people that don't understand him or don't listen to them is he did the same thing that Billie Eilish did, and I've talked about this on prior episodes. He spawned a bunch of baby Post Malones. Now every fucking artist wants to sound like Post Malone. Right. And so when you hear a lot of the stuff, you're like, oh my God, it all blends in, it's all the same. But when you realize that it actually, that style of music, that really a lot of it started with him and he blew it up, and now everybody's trying to sound. I know artists there's this one guy that I found on, I don't remember where I found, young kid. The song is amazing. When it was so funny because I heard the song and I was like, holy shit, this song is great. This kid has a great voice. Oh my God, this is amazing. And then I listened to it again and I was like, wait a minute, this sounds like something. And then I went and I realized it's a fucking Post Malone song. Like it sounds like, I don't even think he realized how much it sounds just like Post Malone. But anyways, that song actually blew up.
Yeah.
And it's like, but again, it goes back to a lot of these people it's one thing to be influenced. It's another thing to sound just like your influence.
And it just goes back to what we were saying the other week when you proposed this challenge, and all because on chance the guy wasn't even this style of musician. You know what I mean? Dude, I learned something, a fun fact about him. So much not into this music to where he was like, well, what do you call yourself? What do rappers call themselves? And he went to a rapper name generator where he just punched in something and it said, oh, your rap name would be Post Malone. And that's how it came out. So there's not even like a meaning to his name.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It
goes back to that Tekashi 6ix9ine numbnuts. I was watching one of his documentaries. He even said, I wasn't into rap. Like, I don't know how to rap. His favorite band of all time is Parkway Drive. He's like, I'm into metal, emo music.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
And out of nowhere, just, I think I'm going to pretend to be a rapper.
Played the part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. Maybe we should get into like Tejano music and then maybe we'll be famous out of fucking nowhere.
Well, okay, so takeaway, like, I mean,
I like him. I like the songs that I wrote down. Would I go back? Probably not.
Really?
Yeah, probably not. Do I don't know, man. Like, I do I respect him? Yes and no, because he kind of fell into it. Would I respect him more if he really embraced who he was and came out with a full-on rock album? Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. Like when they did the Nirvana deal on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, he seems like a really, really fucking cool guy. And it's just
yeah, he does.
the fact that maybe now he's passionate about it. I don't know. I don't know much about him, right? But I don't know. It's kind of stale to me. The music all sounds the same.
He seems like somebody, like, he would fit into, like, our group of friends.
Oh,
like,
hands
he
down.
seems like somebody that I'm sure, like, one of our friends could have easily been the next Post Malone.
Yeah, hands down.
Or been Post Malone.
I mean, I liked it for what it was. He shined where he shined, right? And it was good, but nothing groundbreaking for me.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, at least it wasn't like, yeah, I hate it.
No, I have yet to come out with a... Oh, have I?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Beatles.
I didn't say I respected him a little bit?
No, you hated it.
I gotta go back and listen to it. Well, yeah, I kind of have to, man. Danny's my best friend now, so I kind of want to be...
Well, you hated also Arcade Fire.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Duh, I do fucking hate that band. Yeah.
I even made you do the challenge twice.
I know. Yeah. Fuck those guys.
All right. So, well, I mean, I'm glad it was enlightening in some way.
Yeah. I mean, it's, like I said, he what he does well, but...
One thing I like about Post Malone's music is, for whatever reason, it puts me in a good mood.
Does it?
Yeah. It
Did
really
to
puts
me. It
me
kind
in
of
a good
annoyed
mood.
me.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get this.
It's weird though. Like, it's weird how someone's perspective is what it is on their own, right?
Mhm.
Like, my wife and I argue all the time where she's like, all your fucking hardcore music sounds the same and it sucks. Because I love it, I'm like, how dare you say it sounds the same?
Right.
It's different here. It's different here. This is what makes this song. Like, I try to point it out, right? But
Yeah.
to her, she just hears screaming and fucking. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. It's like when I was a kid, I remember my uncle told me one time that all my music sounds like they're throwing a guitar down the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, well, must have thrown it right.
Right? There's different stairs. Remember that? Different depths, different lengths. It's
but
like
I think also going back to the fact that we're musicians, we're able to pick out those distinct.
But still, it's like she has the biggest hatred, loathe, fucking disdain, every word that matches hate for Poison the Well. And
Really?
I don't understand. And I'll mention bands that she does like, and I'm like, and how the fuck do you like this heavy band over Poison the Well? I don't fucking get it. Poison the Well is God's gift to me. They're fucking everything to me. It's like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a band that needs to do a new album.
Dude, she, like, I swear to God, as soon as a song comes on, I get the side eye. Change it. And I'm like, God, can you give me 30 seconds? I'm getting a headache. She hates them that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So next challenge.
Oh, we're going to do that already?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
Are you ready, or is there anything else you wanted to throw out there?
No, I'm ready. Mine's, I mean, do you want me to go first or you go first?
Yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay. I kind of, and if you don't want to do it, then let me know and I can pick somebody else. But I'm kind of liking the mood that I'm going for with you. In the sense that I don't want to torture you, right? And I kind of want to bring you in, right? And let you really dig deep as to why I love these things, right? Kind of like you wanted to do with M83. And so, and I know you've heard him before. I don't know how much or to what extent, but I know you've heard him and I know you like him. But I want you to take a deep dive lyrically and even, fuck that, musically too, because he produces his own music, aside from, a few albums, one album in particular. But he has different egos that come on different albums, so however you want to piece it. But I want you to take a deep dive on MF Doom.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen to
He passed away, right?
Why would you bring that up?
I gotta bring up old shit.
Dude, straight up, my eyes got watery when I read that he passed away.
I sent it to you, right?
And
or did you already know?
No, I sent it to you.
Oh, that's right.
I said, dude, a piece of me has died today.
That's right.
And then as soon as I told my wife, dude, her face went fucking. He is her all-time favorite MC.
So, MF Doom is like DJ Shadow.
In what sense?
Like
his own. He produces his own music.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, what is he? I don't know. I don't even. I know of MF Doom. I'm sure I've heard of MF Doom, obviously through you, but I don't know. I gotta get into that.
Yeah. Well, see, he has different alter egos, right? So he has his own catalog under MF Doom.
Okay.
He has 2 albums under the name Victor Vaughn, which to me, the Victor Vaughn stuff, is fucking ridiculous. It's my favorite.
Right.
I love the Victor Vaughn albums more than I love the MF Doom albums. But he did a collaboration with another music producer named Madlib, and they call that album Mad Villainy. So Madlib and Doom both produced the music, and Doom rapped over it, right? So
he raps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know if it was like instrumental, like
DJ
Shadow.
He does. He has a few albums called Special Herbs, which is all instrumental stuff.
That sounds good.
Yeah, he's a big pothead. So Mad Villainy is amazing in its own right. And then he did another collaboration with I always want to call him Deadmau5. What's his name? Hold on.
Deadmau5 is good though.
Yeah, Deadmau5 is. Why do I always say that? Hold on. I can't lose this thought. Danger Doom.
Oh, okay.
Danger Mouse. He did a collaboration with Danger Mouse. They called it
Danger Doom.
Danger Doom.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that album is all written about the fucking cartoons that used to come out. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Not on Comedy Central. It's a style of cartoon, right? Like adult style cartoons that came out on some cable channel. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
But that one's amazing in its own right too, because fucking Danger Mouse is an amazing producer. Danger Mouse is one half of Gnarls Barkley.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. Now it's all coming together.
Yeah.
That's right.
So MF Doom as a whole is 4 or 5 different projects, right?
Okay.
Like I said, there are MF Doom albums.
Right.
But then there's the Victor Vaughn stuff, there's the Mad Villain, there's the Danger Mouse. So you can take your pick as you want.
Yeah.
I can send you the stuff if you want me to. Because if you just pull up MF Doom on Spotify, where you're just going to get nothing but his MF Doom stuff. But if you go down to the fans like, I forgot about that. He had one solo album that he went under the name King Ghidorah. That's a fucking amazing album too. But if you go down on the fans like, you'll find the King Ghidorah stuff, the Victor Vaughn stuff.
Let me start off with MF Doom, and then once I get through that, I start venturing into that other stuff.
In the early 90s, he got his start in a hip-hop group called KMD. That's fucking incredible stuff also, but that's more like Tribe Called Quest, Far Side style,
that's cool.
Style hip-hop. But yeah, just start off with Doom, and then you can go down that deep dive. Wow, I thought you knew more than you do.
No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
This motherfucker right here is not living life at all. Pobrecito, dude.
It's one of those things where it's like, Adrian's got it covered. I don't need to worry about that.
Well, dude, I mean, I know you love hip hop, and I know you love, the art form of emceeing. So
yeah,
now I really want you to pay attention on what makes him the greatest.
Okay.
How he puts his words together, the words he chooses. He's phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and now even more so. Then I'm glad I chose this challenge for you.
Yeah.
I thought you knew more.
No, man.
Motherfucker, how you've made it this far? No sad, dude.
That's how I feel about the band I'm challenging you with.
Okay.
But I just want you to listen to one album, and I want you to focus on this album. And if you want to venture out, go for it.
Okay, we had this text talk the other day.
Yeah.
So
instead of just giving you an entire catalog, I'm going to I started realizing that, for example, let's say I were to tell you I want you to listen to Metallica, for example, right? Dude, half of Metallica's albums suck. So I would not want you to listen.
You would want me to do all the first half up to the Black Album.
Exactly. Right, but that's not what I'm challenging you with. But
actually, that's one of the bands I'm surprised I have yet to fucking get.
I'll throw it at you one day.
I know it.
I just feel like what I want you to hear more than anything is I want you to narrow down to like how this band. So I give you bands that impacted me, musically, as a musician, right? So some bands, again, like Led Zeppelin, like it's really hard to narrow down to one album for me. For me, it's the whole catalog. Like with Pink Floyd, I told you listen to these two albums mostly. I mean, listen, more than anything. So I feel like instead of giving you an entire catalog and making you listen to stuff, like I'd rather you be able to like focus, and even if it means listening to the same album more than once to kind of really dive deep.
Yeah.
So with that, this album, this band, I don't want to say this band because it was mostly this album. And you've probably heard it before. I'm sure you have. But I want you to really just listen to it. During this time, 1995.
Fucking one of the best years ever, dude. It's not the Goo Goo Dolls, is it?
No. This band, when this album came out, just blew me away.
Okay.
Because
I just want to blow you.
Me too. I was thinking about really quick, since I'm drinking this bai drink.
And it looks like semen?
Yeah. The other day, my daughter was drinking a Snapple.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I remember Snapple. Remember back in the day when some guy went to the hospital because he was like...
Put his wiener in it.
Yeah, and it, like the suction and he couldn't get it off.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days. But anyways, this album, there's nothing really... How can I say? It was just... the reason I want to make a point to say the years because I want you to think about the year. Like 1995 was a huge... Things were transitioning, right? That was like the beginning of nu metal. That's like the end of the era of Metallica, at least in my opinion. It was like the beginnings of... a lot of it was the beginnings of like Pantera, like that new metal sound.
Yeah.
You started seeing...
I remember that year clearly.
Yeah.
I remember what I was doing. I remembered everything. And that was the one thing because I was... In 1995, I was knee deep. I mean, to my fucking eyeballs. More so than ever into the Pumpkins, The Cure, and My Bloody Valentine. Like those three bands, all of 1995 were literally all I listened to.
Right.
So when the heavier stuff started coming out, and fun fact, Gussie, my brother, huge Morrissey fan, he showed me Korn. He showed me Marilyn Manson.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's when I'm like, oh, man, what is all this fucking shit?
Yeah.
Devil worshiper. And then like I started getting more exposed to it, and I started liking it.
And that's what I think overshadowed this band and this album in particular. But I was obsessed with it when it came out. I remember when it came out, I was kind of like, I don't want to sound like this at all. Like I was never even influenced by this band.
Suspense is killing me.
It was just, I just loved hearing it over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. It was just something about it. I remember 1995 Christmas time, me and Ben and Eric, like we would listen to it on repeat.
It's a devil band, isn't it?
No, it's actually Fear Factory's Demanufacture.
The devil band.
No.
Just kidding.
You know that I think it's the guitar player or the bass player. He's in ministry with Caesar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Fear Factory is the one with Dino Casares. Dina, what's his name?
Yeah.
Dino, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know of them. I've, heard a few songs along the way. Oh, shit, I forgot.
What?
My Walmart's going to be delivered.
Oh, God.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I'm not oblivious to the band, but I don't know.
Yeah, like
much.
They have issues right now, like with the band.
I always got them confused with Corrosion, to be honest with you.
Oh, Corrosion's a great band too.
I always got confused with them.
Yeah. But now Fear Factory, it was the first time that I had heard such tight musicianship. You'll see what I mean when you hear this album.
What's the name of the album?
Demanufacture.
Demanufacture. Okay.
That album for me just will always, when I listen to it, just gives me that feeling that I got the first time I heard it. During that time, I was listening to like a lot of Morbid Angel, Cannibal Corpse, Pantera.
Oh,
I was listening
Pantera.
to a lot of heavy shit during that
Pantera's
time.
another band that I'm shocked I have yet to get.
Yeah, no, it's coming.
Well, I like Pantera, but Vulgar Display is really where
Oh yeah, it's a great album.
that's all I know,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. But yeah, just listen to this album, then you can venture out from there.
I have to. Yeah.
To me, it's an album that is very underrated. Right? Is that the right way?
Yeah.
Underrated, yeah. And unfortunately, it was a lot of the new metal stuff, that started coming out at that time that kind of overshadowed how amazing that album was.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my challenge for you.
Fine.
You want to get into the Shat?
It better not be devil music, man. Just kidding. You know what? And that's the thing about when I actually heard, I don't want to say heard or really paid attention to, but when Fear Factory came onto my radar, I had barely started getting into really heavy music.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, it was Korn, the Deftones.
Right. It's a different type of heavy.
Yeah. So when I heard them, it was like a little too industrial heavy for me. Like, I like industrial music.
It's
like,
very, which is why it's fitting that dude's in Ministry, because it's very Ministry, but on a whole new level.
See, I loved industrial music at the time. I guess Nine Inch Nails were considered that. Nitzer Reb, those type of industrial bands, but very underground industrial.
Right.
So theirs were it was just a little different, to where it wasn't palatable for me. It wasn't as groovy right at the time.
Right. Yeah, there's not a lot of groove to it.
Prior to Korn and Deftones in my life, it was just fucking metal, fucking Metallica, Slayer, and I didn't like that speed shit.
And for me, I remember when I heard it, I was just in awe with the drummer. I was like,
what's his name?
I don't even know.
Not who's Dave Lombardo? Who does he play for?
Oh, he's for Slayer.
Oh, okay. See, yeah. See.
No, I was just in awe that a drummer, and that's why I said when it being tight, like a drummer, a guitar player, a bass player, all together, just being so in sync.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a good drummer to be able to do that. And nowadays, it's like anybody can do that. You know what I mean? But to me, they were one of the first to really show how a drummer can be just so, not necessarily technical, but just on the money all the time. It almost sounds like a drum machine.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think you'll appreciate it.
Okay, cool. I'm again don't hate them, right? So not a huge fan.
And when he sings, which is rare, I think you're gonna like it.
Really?
It's very
Yeah, but I think I like it.
I remember at the time I was like, even though I liked it, I was like, but when his singing voice to me is very much along the lines of like almost like not Morrissey, but like that British.
Oh,
like
okay.
It's really weird. It's different.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You said the right words there, buddy. Now I want to hear it. There's one band of that genre, and I always thought, and there was the singer in particular, I always thought, man, that could be Eric's brother. I don't know if this is the band. There's one guy in that genre that looks like Eric.
Danzig?
Eric wishes. No, I don't know. I've always thought something of it.
Yeah.
But who knows? Anyway, that's a side note. Okay, cool. Fear Factory. The manufacturer.
Yep.
Got it. And your MF Doom
Everything.
pick,
All right.
I want to say start with Victor Vaughn, but then I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I just start off with MF Doom, and then
Okay.
if you feel froggy, I'll tell you which ones, where else to go.
All right.
All right. So that's it. That's the new challenge. And today's what is it?
Today on
And today, no, didn't you make me say segment? No?
Today.
Oh, and today on Shat, I bring to you a band that I found on Audiotree. There's not much about them, to be honest with you. I know that they're from Philadelphia. They're younger kids. Their catalog is not extensive by any means. I think they have one full album. Actually, they have two full albums and a couple of singles. What I like about this band, and I'm pretty sure people are probably now like, all right, dude, we get it. You're into fucking shoegaze, right? But I am. But it's got like a grungy shoegaze 90s vibe, right? I can't really put my finger on it because it's not all shoegazy. It's not all grungy. But there is definitely a 90s alternative vibe to it that I really liked. It's very raw.
Ooh, yeah.
Not raw is the only way. It's not very showy, right? Like the musicianship, it's not like the world's tightest band, most technical band, but they're raw enough, right? For me, I like it. It appealed to me. I liked it. I can't stop listening to it. And again, I found them on Audiotree. Let's keep plugging them. Maybe they'll plug us. It's a band called They Are Gutting a Body of Water.
That's an interesting name.
Exactly. Why do you think I was scrolling through YouTube? I'm on Audiotree and I'm like, they are gutting a body of water.
Dude, that guy, the picture looks like Gino. Remember our friend?
Oh, the guy playing guitar?
Yeah. Our friend Gino back in the day. Just like at glance.
Yeah.
Which
They
happened
have
to be a singer of a great band.
They so the name right off the bat, I was like, this has to be some weird fucking heavy band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not.
Oh, okay.
At all. They're but grungy, shoegazy, 90s type of music.
Cool.
And I liked them. They really appealed to me. They only have 25,000 followers, or 28 now. I'm trying to adhere to your 10,000 rule. That's kind of hard, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, if you're into shoegaze, grunge, 90s-esque music, check them out. They are Gutting a Body of Water. Their latest album, their last album came out in 2019, actually, called Destiny XL. Their last release was their live album that was actually on Audiotree.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So speaking of bands with a name like that, I've always loved that band. What were they called? I never really got much into them, but I always loved their name.
Wait, can I guess?
Yes.
It's a long name.
Yes.
And You Will Know Us by the Trail of Death?
Yes.
Yeah.
Such a good name.
Dude, how?
I know, right?
Here, dude. I knew what you were going to say.
And my wife tries to complete my sentences all the time, and
Okay.
she's so far off.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, you can't do it. Adrian can. You can't. I'm sorry.
As long as you end. Look, Danny, just a little bit of tip here. 9 out of 10 times it's going to be about a dick coming out of that mouth.
Yep.
I wish I could suck a big dick.
Yep.
I knew it.
And how did you know what I was going to say?
You know what I'm craving? My dick in your mouth. I knew it.
So speaking of the Shat, because I know we're running out of time,
Yeah.
the Heriot.
I got to go get my inspection sticker.
Dude. I loved the Heriot.
Right?
It's so good, man.
Right?
Really good. Like, I really got into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just the heavy that I love. I mean, the kind of the high screaming, but what I like is it wasn't like constantly. It was very dynamic.
Right.
And then they would go into these real like beautiful, almost dark sounding. Oh man, they're good, man.
Right.
I really, really enjoyed listening to that. So I just wanted to throw that Shat out there.
I'm glad, and I'm glad that you keep doing that, because I almost forgot about asking you about how you chime in. And
Well, speaking of asking you, did you ever listen to Chris James, bitch?
Christian, I forgot about that.
The singer of Stateless?
Oh no!
Did you ever go back and listen to Stateless?
Oh, dude, the minute I got in my car,
yeah,
I fucking put on that song Bloodstream.
yeah.
Forgot how amazing that
Dude,
fucking song
right?
was, dude. And the funny thing is, I own both of those albums.
Yeah.
But I just totally forgot about them.
Amazing.
Dude, Chris James, bitch. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull it up real quick, and then I'm gonna pull it out.
I hate it when you pull it out. Well, when you take it out, it's great. Pulling it out.
Is it this guy? Bottom Test.
I don't know. He's got a lot of fucking listeners. I know that.
Oh no, it's not. That's not this motherfucker. 132. I was about to listen to some guy who's got an album called Bottom Text.
No,
and an actual. Look, you know what? I'm gonna shout this guy out. For those of you, I just mistakenly made a huge fucking mix-up. I just pulled up a guy named Chris James. He's got 132 followers. I want you guys to check him out. The Chris James I'm referring to has an album called An Actual Comedy Album, Bottom Text, and Pop Soul Vocals.
Wow.
You know what?
I want to give it a listen.
Look at this right here. Look. Witness. Boom. Follow, motherfucker. You're welcome. You need to tell this guy. We just stumbled across your shit and we mentioned you on our podcast.
On accident.
On accident.
Now we're going to try it out.
And we are.
What is it? Chris James what was it?
That's it. That's all it is. Chris James. Look for the album Pop Soul Vocals, Bottom Text, and An Actual Comedy Album.
Okay.
Look at this dude.
There we go. I found
Yeah,
it.
he's got a beard. Todo, dude. This dude's legit. Yeah.
All right. I'll check it out.
All right, Chris James, you're welcome.
All right.
No, I'll find the other one later.
Now he's got 134 followers.
Yeah, 2 of us. Dude, we really need to shout him out, man.
Watch it be really good.
I know. Hey, we said we wanted to feature people on our cast. There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris James.
Yep.
A bottom text and an actual comedy album. I cannot wait to listen to that. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Are we wrapping it up?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening again. Today was, we say it every time, today was longer than usual, but
yeah,
that's all right.
I like giving it to you longer than usual.
Oh, man. Yes, you do. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to... okay.
Don't even worry about it. Just, links are below.
Oh, yeah. Links are below. And if you like toys, check out Plastic Rum Toys on YouTube.
I'll put a link to that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you are a cutie. All right. Thank you, everybody. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.